Good Friday afternoon. I'm Emily Pritchard in for Lee and Rob New. And first for you at 4, charges have been filed for a robbery that happened in Battlefield that sent a woman to the hospital. Officers responded to the 3900 block of West Gardenia Drive just before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Thursday after reports of a shooting. Investigators say Timothy Kirby broke into that home trying to rob a woman who he believed had just received a large inheritance of cash and jewelry. He is accused of demanding that money from the woman. When she said no, he allegedly shot her in the stomach. Police say he also hit her grandson with the butt of his rifle. Kirby faces multiple charges, including first-degree assault and armed criminal action. He was arrested close to where this shooting happened.